Need more details on the show? Caller 10, come and get these tickets. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Alan Cox. He's been asked to leave on multiple occasions.
Get out!
He does that whole, huh? I can't hear you. It's too loud in here thing.
100.7 WMMS.
Yes, I heard when you die after burial, you have to come back as an insect or animal. Yes, I heard when you die after burial, you have to come back as an insect or animal. Well, if this so, I don't want to be a monkey, either a goat, a sheep, or donkey. My brother said he wants to come back a hog, but not wrongy. I want to be a bed bug just because I'm going to bite them young ladies' bumper, or like a hot dog or a hamburger. And if you know you're thin, don't be in a fright. It's only big fat woman I'm going to bite.
I'll tell you what, I love science. I always think that we can learn so much by looking to nature.
New Bad Bunny is lit.
And, I'm always fascinated by things that I learn, and then I simply can't wait to impart that information to you. And, animals in nature have courtship rituals. This is how they attract a mate, A rhinoceros, a male rhinoceros, will defecate and fling its tail in a helicopter motion, flinging its feces all over, and that's how it attracts female hippos, right?
I like that dung flip.
That's right.
You started with rhinoceros, and then you ended with hippo. It is hippos that do that.
Sorry, hippos. Yeah, I'm sorry. Hippos do that, and so there's ostensibly a female hippo going, hey, look at that guy over there flinging his dung, right?
You know why rhinoceroses don't have to do that?
They don't have tails.
No, they're already horny.
Oh, my God.
Hey, go easy on Bill. He doesn't have any kidneys. No, but animals have, mating rituals or whatever. You know what I was reading this morning? Bed bugs have no mating rituals. What they have instead, and I'll tell you what, this is so bed bug, classic bed bug, as invasive as they are, they reproduce by something called traumatic insemination, who I will be premiering on our new metal show this Saturday night at 10 o'clock. Traumatic insemination in the animal insect kingdom is a male simply climbs onto the female, stabs her in the side of her body with his hypodermic penis, or opening for traumatic insemination, and release the sperm into her body cavity. That's how bed bugs do it. There's no, hey, can I take you out, hey?
Even the sex is unwanted, yeah. Their presence is unwanted.
Yeah. God, I was reading stories about people who have bed bugs they can't get rid of. Do you want, somebody should just make a horror movie.
I don't want to get all itchy.
Someone should make a horror film just called Bed Bug. It's a documentary about people.
Logistics of getting rid of bed bugs.
Yes, it's just these poor people that live in these places. They can't get rid of them, and they're just slowly going insane.
Dude.
Because everywhere they are, it's either real or imagined itching.
Oh, yeah.
And,
for sure.
Oh, my God.
The chick that we stayed with in Hawaii those first few days who had just gotten out of rehab was talking about how everybody had bed bugs in rehab. And I was looking at my sisters. I was like, is this not bothering you? And they were like, well, the bed bugs were in rehab. I was like, that bed bugs are known for not staying in one place. Like, so that's the biggest thing that they do.
People worry about them being in hotels. That's where a lot of people get them, is in hotels.
Yeah.
And the cycle continues. They weren't worried at all being in this junky squalor that there might be bed bugs.
I checked the first day we got there.
Yeah.
My sister was like, what are you doing? I'm like, look for bed bugs. Look around you. What do you think I'm doing?
Yeah. But on the bright side, would you rather live in the hood in paradise or the hood in the hood?
Honestly, that's why. That's
but
what
also,
they were saying.
is it paradise just because the weather's nice?
Yes.
I mean, when she was there, it was raining, so it ain't paradise.
Well,
you're somewhere where it's raining on the beach.
But if people can literally lay out all day and feel okay, I think I don't see many homeless people around here because we don't have the weather to support homeless people. Like they're somewhere.
Yeah, you're not sitting in this street front studio, homie.
Right.
I've
saw a
seen
guy
some.
tweet 2
Plenty of
weeks
people.
ago.
They're out there. Yeah.
In comparison to places like San Diego, who has nice weather, Portland weather,
Yeah,
But
if you have to be homeless,
There's a lot of
I wanna
homeless
be
people
homeless
in
in
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
do it on the West Coast.
Yeah, there's homeless people in Hawaii for sure.
I'll get a modeling contract because I'm like ripped and I just walk all the time and I'm homeless.
Yeah, Hawaii's so goddamn expensive. Half the homeless people are probably people who moved there legitimately and then
Can't get
lost
back.
their gig or something, and they're like, I can't.
I can't afford this.
What-
She stays in it's like in-law suite is what they call it.
Yeah.
It's like a tiny little house behind a full-size house.
Mother-in-law suite. yeah.
Mother-in-law suite.
Yep.
So it's like a probably 500 square foot tiny little house.
Dude, that's small.
It's small. I mean, it's 2 bedrooms, but the bedrooms literally have a bed in them. That's it. Like, there's no room for anything else.
So y'all cuddled up with each other?
Yeah, me and my one sister slept in the same bed, and then the other one had like a mattress on the floor. But it's like $2,500 a month or something like
Yeah.
that. But she is walking distance to the beach. You are, like Cody said, you are in literal paradise. But yeah, like she was in rehab 2 months ago. Of course, she had bed bugs.
She was in rehab in paradise.
That's a good.
It's a
show.
contradiction in terms.
Rehab in paradise.
So it is Dr. Drew taking another crack at it.
It's the only way that people can justify paying that much for so little. Because in San Diego, my roommate, or my gays, had the little apartment that they had. It was 200 square foot, and it was like $3,500 because they had cats. And everyone in there was like transient because they would, like, I guess soldiers would stay there or like Navy people would stay there and then they'd leave. But it wasn't even a bedroom. It was like a room that had like a half fridge, 2 top stove, and then a bed that pulled out into the wall. And so they blew up the air mattress for me. And if they needed to use the bathroom during the night, they would have to step over me to get to the bathroom. That's how
Yeah.
small this place was. And it was like $3,500. But they were right downtown. They were in the right next to the San Diego Library. And then the lamp area, whatever they called it, the candle lamp district.
I thought you were talking about in their house, the candle lamp area. I was like, I don't know.
It's called like the lamp district or something in San Diego. I forget. I think it's something with a lamp in it. But they're
You sure they weren't just lamping?
I'm sure.
Oh. The gas lamp quarter.
Gas lamp quarter. That's what it was. They were within walking distance to that. And they still insisted on taking scooters. And I was like, I'll just walk. I'll see you guys there in 20 minutes.
Well, when my parents went to Pearl Harbor years ago, my parents went to Hawaii, and my parents don't travel much. And they came back, and my mom and dad had never had any aspirations of retiring anywhere, moving anywhere. My mom was like, we had a conversation about, maybe living in Hawaii. It's so beautiful. I go,
Really
Mom,
is.
do you know how you want to pay $15 for milk?
It's so expensive, dude.
Everything gets imported in. Like, there aren't cows running around Hawaii.
Well,
like,
actually, they do have cows, but they're not dairy cows.
Well, right. They don't have dairy herds, so they have to
So-
everything's got to get shipped in,
When we drove up to do this hike on the other side of the mountain on the one day, and we passed like cow farms, but they all look like steers. They all look like brown, and we're like, oh, those are meat cows. And then I realized that I was like, I'm so used to seeing dairy cows that for a second I thought that they were pigs, like giant pigs, because I know there's a ton of pork on Hawaii. But yeah,
Yeah.
they have no dairy cows there.
No, milk costs you like the same as a bottle of wine in Hawaii.
Yeah. Dude, everything was so
And
expensive.
it's aged just as long.
Yeah.
We didn't have
This is a 2019 milk.
2%. Yeah.
Ugh.
Mm.
We didn't have a
It's
single
very good year
meal.
for milk.
We didn't have a single meal that was under $100 for 3 people. Our breakfast was the cheapest one day, and it was like $110 for 3 people to go have breakfast. It's absolutely
A
wild.
lot of money.
Sushi place we went to, I will say this, some of the best sushi I've ever had.
I'd hope so.
I mean, it's right there. Like, it was like $35 a roll for sushi. So like, and one roll of sushi is only 6 pieces. So it's like you either get one roll and are still hungry, or you eat $70 worth of sushi.
Let me tell you about the conveyor belt restaurant I went to
I saw
for
that on
sushi.
your story.
Yeah, the
Delicious.
Conveyor belt.
The conveyor belt restaurant that I went to. In Hawaii, the house behind the house is called an ohana.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
It's small and dirty and expensive. They're all probably not dirty, but this one was.
Yeah, so listen, paradise can mean different things to different people, but if you can't afford to live there, that doesn't sound like paradise to me.
Right.
I agree.
Weather's, by the way, it's warming up everywhere. You might not have noticed, but, it's going to be paradise in Cleveland, Ohio in 25 years. It's going to be beachfront property as far as the eye can see.
But it
I
doesn't
just say
smell
we
the
pay
same.
paradise to put up a parking lot because I hate when you can't park.
I know.
It's not paradise to me if you got to walk 20 minutes to get where you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put up more parking. Pay paradise. Put up more parking lots.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
Good message.
I think you live in paradise if you live in a place where it's warm and beautiful, but it doesn't have a smell. Did Hawaii have like
Everywhere has a smell.
Yeah, it depends on where you are. I mean, there's homeless people there. There's a dump. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
a landfill. Like, yeah.
All right.
And
There's
had
a landfill for all of the Hawaiian Islands.
they have to fly it in on little puddle jumpers.
Yeah.
That's like I'm trying to convince Brian to move there so he can be a pilot garbage man, where he flies the trash from one island to the next.
A pilot garbage man. Yep.
That'd be cool.
Oh, really cool. Sky bus. There are so many feral cats on that island too. That is like their main pest. Is there are communities of feral cats. In her backyard, she had like 6 of them, and she just feeds them and let them be there. Leaves her door open. They go in and out of her house. Like, dude, you can't have 6 cats just roaming around the island, coming into your house.
She said, yes, I can.
It
Why
sounds
can't
like
I?
she's letting everything come off the island and roam in her house.
Dude.
Which, if it's just you, who cares, right? She
Right.
doesn't have kids or
Well,
anything.
no,
Not
she
married.
does. She has a kid.
She has a kid
Yeah.
in this house?
She stays with her dad half the time, too. But yeah, she has
She was in rehab for 4 months. She got a kid?
Yeah. She's like 12, I think. Her kid is 12. But her...
I thought you meant she.
Yeah, the girl we were staying
How
with
old's
is
the
12.
kid if the mom's 12? Wow. All right. So you think it's paradise for that kid, Poundcake?
Yes.
Well, now wait.
Better than being
Better than being what? Your mom's in rehab? Better than being what?
all those things could
I
happen
bet
on
she'd
the
rather.
mainland.
I bet she'd rather shovel some snow and have her mom's head on straight.
But if that's not the
But
option,
yeah, that could happen in Ohio. That does happen in Ohio. Where
I know.
people grow up in houses like
That's
that.
not going to make living in Hawaii any paradise for
but
you.
what I'm saying is if your circumstances are the same, the only thing that's changing is your
Your-
location.
yeah.
I would rather deal with it sobbing, crying on the beach, and I see a stupid dolphin or something.
Yeah.
Those are
rather
going to
than-
be
You wanna
stupid.
see a
Those are
stupid
some of the
dolphin?
smartest animals in the animal kingdom.
You're thinking of dolphins. We're talking about dolphins.
Oh, dolphins.
Dolphins.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well,
Dolphins are smarter than you are.
fine.
The dolphins,
but-
I don't know.
Dolphins are
but-
dumb as rocks, though.
Yeah, okay.
Dolphins.
Dolphins are, yeah.
I would rather deal with that than cry on Edgewater and,
I mean, I'm with him on this, where it's like if my home life is going to be broken anyway, it might as well be 75 and sunny.
Let it rock.
You
Yeah,
know?
okay.
Yeah. You're talking about mating habits of animals and bedbugs and stuff. I sent you guys those videos of the whale watching tour that we went on. And it was called, which sometimes I guess those can be like a huge ripoff because they'll take your money and then you don't see anything. But this was like prime mating season for the blue whales. And they come down from Alaska to Hawaii. And there were several what they called competition pods, which are like 3 to 4 males essentially showing off in front of a female. So they're like jumping out of the water and flapping their tails and
Flinging their poop.
flinging their poop, fighting each other, like banging, like 2 whales banging their heads into each other to try to fight for the female's attention. It was crazy. But I had never felt stupider than when I text that joke to the group text, because you made the joke about that happening on, what was it? What am I trying to say right now? My head's all over the place. Competition pods. Was it Barley House has competition pods?
Yeah, I said that's what they have at the Barley House.
And I said, yeah, they have bottleneck service because I thought it was a bottleneck dolphin.
And then I was very quick to say, bottle nose, idiot.
I fully thought it was called a bottleneck
Oh,
dolphin
no.
because their neck looked like a bottle going to their head, like how it gets smaller a
No,
little
it's
bit.
a bottle nose because their beak looks like a
I always thought it was bottleneck because their nose is the front of the bottle, but their neck is the part
Oh,
you
boy.
hold. It's a bottleneck dolphin.
Species of whales in Hawaii, there are December through April is whale season, so you got in there just in the thick of it. There are about 10,000 estimated humpback whales in and around Hawaii.
Yeah.
And there are 150 false killer whales.
What-
They're pretending to be killer whales.
Oh.
They're imposters.
Oh, my goodness.
Question is, do they know it? False killer whales. What a great name. I've never heard of those before. There are about 200 of them in and around Hawaii. False killer whales.
Well, on the whale watching
Just
tour,
manslaughter whales.
the captain was talking about how orcas, killer whales, are the only whale that attacks other whales. That's where they got their name from. But he said that they don't usually come down that far into Hawaii. That it's more of a problem up in Alaska. That's why they migrate toward Hawaii to mate, so they can have their babies.
But
down
they're
here.
not very visible out there either, are they? The orcas? I always feel like there's a lot more people who say they've seen one than actually see one.
Well, that's what the captain was saying,
Yeah.
is that the orcas don't come down to Hawaii from Alaska, that they stay up in like the colder water.
Right.
So I don't know.
Did you see any beaked whales? Did you see any
No.
pygmy whales?
No.
Oh.
I barely saw the.
Did you see any
blue
pilot whales?
Which ones were they? Humpback, not blue.
What about melon-headed whales? Sounds like an
Yeah, I was
insult.
going to say blue whales are.
Those are the giant
Giant
ones. No,
yeah.
we saw humpback whales.
What's Free Willy?
That is
He's an orca.
Oh, he
Killer
is?
whale, yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, there was a movie when I was a kid called Orca, and it was a decidedly not friendly whale. I think they were trying to rip off Jaws. And there was a movie called Orca about them trying to catch the killer whale.
There was a movie when I was a kid called Free Willy. And what this kid was doing was trying to ruin this sea world type park. He was trying to get rid of their main attraction. He's a little domestic terrorist, and he frees this whale, and then this whole company goes out of business. All these people get laid off. Really a nightmare.
Is that true? I've never seen Free Willy.
Well, I mean, he gets the whale free, but they don't talk about the consequences of freeing that whale.
I see.
And the aftermath of it. They make it seem like it's this amazing story.
Yeah.
But really hurt that.
The local
little
economy
business, yeah.
was really...
was dependent on it.
Yeah. It was a whale-based economy is what you're saying.
Yes.
And you never want to put all those eggs into one basket.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Especially whale eggs.
Yeah. You need a big basket. I got to take a break here. If you want to send a text, 35192 to get me there. You can leave messages on the iHeartRadio app, and we'll be back.